The Droid You Are Looking For Canada presents the Video Game Vault.
You know what pisses me off? Red turtle shells. They piss me off. And that's going to be this week's, or this episode's anyway, video game vault review of Super Mario Kart. Yeah, I know what you're thinking already.
The fucking banana peel.
The fucking banana people.
The banana people? Fuck. Leave them alone, man. I'd like them picking our bananas.
Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly.
Way off topic.
Way off topic, but I know Mark laughed at that because he loves that song. So we're going to review Super Mario Kart. And it was funny because I was telling Brian, this game has no flaws?
No. I can't think of one.
I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but I spent more time in the battle mode with this game with all my friends than any other fucking mode. Like, I mean, it was intense, and as soon as you knew the other person got a red turtle shell, you had to store a green turtle shell,
Yep.
or you had to run like a motherfucker.
And I'd have to say, just remembering back to it, my favorite map was the haunted map. Tiles giving out on you, ghosts attacking you. It was fun.
I think the most hated map for this game was probably the Rainbow Bridge.
That's the most hated map on any Mario Kart game.
I'm sure they remade it. I didn't play the Mario Karts that followed.
I did on 64.
Oh.
And let me tell you, the rainbow race on that one was an LSD trip. You couldn't see where you were going half the time. You could fly off the edge.
See, that's not even fair. And this, honestly, I remember a long time ago when I got a Super Nintendo, I was like, I have to have this game. I actually had Super Mario Kart, and the casing was shattered. So I actually glued the casing back together. I'm like, I ain't fucking losing this goddamn game. It's going to be driven into the goddamn ground. And I really did. I kept it back, and I glued it back together just so I can play the fucking video game. Let me tell you, I was still amazed. I can pick up this game right now and still play it. And it was a Player Choice Award, too. This is not too bad. If they still mass-produced this game since 1992, they would be grossing so much money because it's simplistic but fun.
Extremely.
And this is really going to keep, over the years you have your Mario Kart, your Mario Kart 64, I think they popped one in GameCube, 99.9% positive that it is already on the Wii, but I think, and it's also been on the DS, especially with the multiple screens.
Yeah.
But here's the question, who the fuck used Bowser? Here's a good question, because he's the slowest fuck.
I did. A fair bit. In the battle modes, I did, just because I enjoyed Bowser.
But I mean, realistically, everyone's going to take their fan favorite. Fan favorite will always be Mario. That's just how statistics roll.
Actually, I always fluctuated between Bowser being the slowest and defensive and Toad being quick.
Toad is actually pretty good. I always took Yoshi. I don't know why. I liked Yoshi. Donkey Kong was pretty much useless at that point because he was the same level as Bowser. But I mean, Yoshi, I don't know what it is.
I think you just like guys with big long tongues.
Yeah, it doesn't charge much. They get coins, too, in the game, which works out so they can pay for things. But this game had the perfect flow, and it kept you going. You had your 50cc, you had your 100cc,
and 150.
And your 150cc. And, I mean, it kept you busy, and you never got bored. And then they had the other maps, like we were just talking about the rainbow map. The fucking
Rainbows.
Oh, my God. How many times I fought that fucking map? Don't even get me started about the ghost map that you happen to think is God's gift to fucking Mario Kart. But it's really not. That fucking... I don't even know. I'm sure someone put their fist through their TV over that.
Oh, I'm sure there's someone who's put their fist through their TV over any map.
Well, I don't know. Are they playing Call of Duty? Is Activision involved?
No, because that's just the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Walk away. But I think that when I look at this, and I'm looking at the scores from the years when this came out, but mind you, keep in mind this was rated back in 92. They were popping 10 out of 10s and 9.5. And I'm inclined to agree. I
am. And it's a hard stretch, but as far as scores are concerned, that was essentially the GTA of the day.
Wow.
Well, you figure, look at it now.
That's
GTA 5, 10 out of 10. Mario Kart was the same. Everyone I've known played Mario Kart. They loved Mario Kart. Even today, I can call up some hardcore gamer friends of mine and be like, dude, come on over. I just picked up Mario Kart in an old school Super. They're there.
But here's the problem, which has caused issues. Because Super Mario Kart was so good, people had to make their own knockoffs. You had it created the mold per se for other games. You got, what is it here? You got your South Park Rally that came out, which was just horrible.
Sonic Drift.
Then you have your Sonic and Sega All-Stars, you got your Diddy Kong Racing, you have your Crash Bandicoot series, you have Little Big Planet Racing, you have Mod Nation Racing.
But I do own the Little Big Planet Racing, and it's nothing. It bored me.
I did try it.
10 minutes, and I was done with it.
They feel like clones. They got away from being their own thing. And it's the same thing that...
Not only that, they try to add so much into it. And the whole point of Mario Kart was a simplistic racing game with some turtle shells and banana peels.
And why did they get away from the battle mode? That was like such a selling part for me. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, weekends were lost playing this fucking battle mode. Especially when you got, like I bitch about all the time, the red turtle shell. Ugh, motherfucker.
But it was great when you had it.
It was great when you had it, of course, because that'll help you win. But you had your racing, which you have your 50cc, which was kind of boring. That was really simple. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can basically lap everyone in your map. And then you had your 100cc, which you just got out alive. And then you had your 150cc, where it was fucking tough.
Exactly. That was easy, medium, and hard.
Obviously. But then you got your battle modes, and then your battle modes were so intense. The maps, they weren't anything special. They weren't amazing, but they had the right... elements, the right chemistry involved with it, and it made it work very well. So now, because Mario Kart took off so well, like I was just saying, you got all these other knockoffs, and stick to an equation that works is what I'm trying to get to. Because you had your Little Big Planet, got a little bit too much, and then it's the same thing with Need for Speed, the Need for Speed series. When you played Need for Speed originally, what it was, you just picked the fucking car you were taking. Now you play Need for Speed, you pick your fucking car, you build your car, you put your elements into it, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. You spend so much time modding your car out, you don't even race it. At that point, you just lose your interest in racing the car. Like, if I wanted to play something shitty, I'd play Gran Turismo. Because Gran Turismo doesn't make sense to me. Gran Turismo's like, you gotta do licensing. I don't fucking do licensing. That makes me not want to play this game. So the point of my little mini rant here is that Super Mario Kart was the best game ever created, racing-wise and battle mode-wise. And I will fight anyone on it. Sure, there's some close ones. You'll have your Road Rash, and you'll have your Super Off-Road and shit like that. That was fun. But this is a game that you can pick up, whether you're 5 years old, 15 years old, or 50 years old. You will still play the game and have fun.
Agreed, sir. I cannot argue that rant.
That's right. Boom, shakalaka. Oh, that's a good one for the list. I gotta put that down too. But I think I'm gonna stand by and say, and this is probably the only one of the only games, because I'm sure I can't say there won't be another one, but the only game I would say 10 out of 10.
And as I've stated on a podcast before, I can't give anything a perfect score, but it does get the 9.5 out of 10.
Like, I honestly sat here for a minute and calculated in my head one flaw, and nothing came to mind.
Yeah,
oh, you know what? I figured out the flaw.
The Rainbow Maker Race?
Well, no, they did that on purpose. No, the banana peel in its use. If you throw it, okay, but you just leave it
But then you run over it.
You run over your own banana peel! But this shouldn't affect your own score. Alright.
But with that being said, guys, I'd like to remind you of the immortal words of Deadpool and enjoy your chimichangas!
Game over, man! It's game over!
Thanks for listening to the Droids You Are Looking For podcast. Stay tuned for next week's podcast.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.